I hate it when he does that. It's like worse than my mom. Oh my goodness. Okay. Who doesn't volunteer their time in education? Right? All right, so I want to speak a little bit about closing the achievement gap, because that's why we're all here. But before I do that, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, because I feel extremely privileged to be in a room filled with leaders and experts in different fields that range from social services to education to city planning and development. Each of you are stakeholders that will contribute to the development and the enhancement of ASES Prep and be part of a discussion today that is highly underrepresented in the dialogue around closing the achievement gap, which is after-school programming. But what exactly is the achievement gap? And what role can after-school programming play? Well, with any question this day and age, the easiest way to find the answer is by Googling it. And according to Wiki, the achievement gap is the observable difference in academic achievement based on class, ethnic designation, socioeconomic status, and gender. But I want to provide you with a more personal account of what the achievement gap is. Like Mark, I am a product of the Norwalk Unified School District. I graduated from Norwalk. Any Lancers here? Okay. We're here in spirit. And then I went on to pursue my undergraduate degree at UCLA and my postgraduate degree at USC. However, what some of you may not know is that I went to elementary school in the city of Torrance, Arnold Elementary School. It was a small school that probably only served around 250 students, and most of them were Asian American or white. Now, believe it or not, I was not the best student in elementary school. Yep, I was that kid, the one that teachers would dread having in their class, the one that they would sit at the furthest end of the classroom. In fact, my teachers were so concerned with my student performance that they had my dad on speed dial. They would call him like every week. And throughout elementary school, standardized test after standardized test proved to them as well as me that I was at the bottom of the academic totem pole. Now, after I completed 5th grade at Arnold in Torrance, my parents decided to move to a house just down the street from here, Dee Dee Johnston, right? And I was enrolled into Corvallis Middle School. My first day as a Bulldog, I took a math and reading proficiency test and scored at the top 1 percentile. I went from being at the bottom of my class in Torrance to the top of my class in Norwalk. How is that possible? Now, this was almost 2 decades ago. You could do the math and carry the 1. That was a long time ago. And great strides have been made since then, not only within this district, but within the state and the nation. However, this achievement gap persists, and there remains to be a difference in the quality of education that students receive in Beverly Hills versus Compton versus Westwood versus East LA. Now, this is a complicated issue, and by no means are we trying to suggest that we have discovered the silver bullet solution. Rather, we feel we have developed a transformative program that addresses and supports the estimable efforts that take place every day in this district during the regular day. But this begs the question, what is it that we do that's so transformative, right? Well, first, the instruction that takes place after school is directly aligned with the regular day. In 2010, Norwalk Lamarada unrolled its units of study, which is a day-by-day instructional pacing guide for teachers in English language arts and math. Now, ASES Prep took these units of study and developed a pacing guide for the after-school program such that students are pre-taught content standards just before they learn it during the regular day. So then in the classroom, they go in and they say, hey, I learned that in the after-school program. And teachers could now just dig deeper with that knowledge. Second, progress monitoring. It plays a key role in our program practices. Now, if you think about it, waiting until the end of the academic year to see if kids have improved is kind of dangerous. It's a long time. And so what we have implemented are cycles of inquiry, where we get instant feedback. Every 2 weeks, we monitor our students and we give them assessments, very, very short assessments on specific standards. And third, we provide monthly professional developments for our staff in topics that range from classroom management to lesson planning. In fact, this year we have implemented grade level team leadership. I'm having trouble coordinating the speech with this. Grade level team leadership, cadre visits, and developed an English language learner initiative, which is comprised of after-school educators, site coordinators, and grade level team leads, who come together every month to read the most recent literature on ELL support and provide ongoing support throughout the year for every educator in our program. And most importantly, what we do that we feel is transformative is that we provide holistic support to students by addressing their social, emotional needs. We offer service-based enrichment clubs, open mic nights, talent shows, and every opportunity to celebrate students. That's what we take, because we understand that they need to feel good in order to do well. Now, you're probably thinking, all of this sounds really, really good. It sounds great, right, in theory. But how about in practice? Does it actually work? And I would be thinking the same thing. So I do want to share with you some of our most recent data. This is from CST 2011, and it's a year-to-year comparison of our student performance on the California Standards Test. Now, if you look in the top left corner, you'll see that 9 out of 12 schools, in 9 out of 12 schools, our ASES students, the students that received supplemental support after school, outperformed students that did not get this support. 9 out of 12. Now, transformative after-school programming cannot exist without the acknowledgement that it is possible that students can learn after school. And in my 10 years of working in education, one of the most pervasive presumptions I have come across in this field in after-school programming is that after-school staff can't do it, or students don't want to learn after school. In education, there is something called the deficit theory, which many of you are already familiar with, and it's basically the idea that student achievement is directly connected to the expectations that teachers have of the students. When teachers come in with low expectations due to negative stereotypes or what have you, the level of rigor and the instruction often is compromised. But deficit theory also exists in after-school programming. The tendency for after-school programs to be relegated to homework, clubs, or daycare services is not only common in practice, but is deeply stigmatizing to programs across the state that aspire to do more and are doing more. And so today I leave you with the hope that this event in and of itself is transformative for you, that you will leave knowing that after-school programs not only can do more, but are doing more than ever to help close the achievement gap in K-12 education. Thank you.